find new medicine that will heal us and keep us alive. Could one man's suffering and death be the solution to this problem? Author Greg Laurie reveals the truth of the death of Jesus Christ and answers the question, why the Passion? To receive this book free, call Samaritan's Purse at 1-800-567-8162.
Here at Safe Auto, we provide immediate coverage every day and every night.
Now, he works second shift, so the only time he can call us is after work, around midnight. But since we're here 24/7, it's not a problem.
No matter what time it is, we'll help you stay legal for less.
She's a working mom. She can only call after the kids are asleep, when other companies are closed.
Do you need affordable minimum coverage? We're ready when you are.
1-800-SAVE-AUTO. Save Auto.
Or log on to ESPN.
The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship Regional Finals. Tennessee, North Carolina at 7. Connecticut, Duke at 9. Tonight on ESPN. Presented by Orbitz.
Tonight on ESPN Classic. At 7, tying today's sports stories with the past. Classic now. At 9, top 5 reasons you can't blame Georgetown for losing to Villanova. And at 10, our classic comedy block of Arliss and Cheap Seats. It's all tonight on ESPN Classic.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Gleason, and welcome as ESPN Classic presents the 1992 NCAA East Regional Final between the defending national champion Duke Blue Devils and the Kentucky Wildcats. This Elite Eight game at the Spectrum in Philadelphia pits two of the finest coaches in the college game, Duke's Mike Krzyzewski and UK's Rick Pitino. Led by All-Americans Bobby Hurley and Christian Laettner, #1 Duke had beaten Campbell, Iowa, and Seton Hall by a combined 51 points in its first 3 tournament games. Meanwhile, through the guidance of the charismatic Pitino, the once proud Kentucky program had returned from probation by 1992 with a fast-paced style and a budding star from New York City named Jamal Mashburn. The Wildcats had beaten Old Dominion, Iowa State, and UMass to reach the Elite Eight date with the Blue Devils. For 4 Kentucky seniors, Sean Woods, John Pelfrey, Darren Feldhaus, and Richie Farmer, this matchup with Duke was a reward because they stuck through the NCAA probation period. Later, we'll hear from Duke star Christian Laettner. But first, let's head to Philadelphia for the 1992 NCAA East Regional Final between Duke and Kentucky, right here on ESPN Classic.
Good evening once again, everybody. I'm Vern Lundquist, and welcome to the Spectrum, this marquee matchup between two teams with historical greatness in college basketball. 2,936 victories between them, 6 national champions, the most recent of which was Duke's a year ago. Duke is trying to win its 5th spot in a row to get into the Final Four, and UCLA currently holds the record of 10. Cincinnati has been there, or was there, 5 times in a row. Duke trying to go back for the 5th time, and of course also trying to repeat as a national champion for the first time since UCLA accomplished that last in 1973. I'm joined by Len Elmore. Len, we have talked about the pressure of Kentucky in this ball game, and in this case, I think it's both mental and physical.
Well, certainly the physical aspect of it is they've got to go out there and pressure all over the floor to create those turnovers and to throw Duke out of their rhythm. They also want to fatigue them, so going into the second half, they believe they have a chance. The mental side of it, though, is as Sean Woods, the senior Kentucky guard, said, they have to remember they're not playing the defending champions. They have to play this game to get to the championship.
Kentucky comes in with a 29-6 record, a senior-dominated team, but they focus on the spotlight on the sophomore, Jamal Mashburn. And for the Duke Blue Devils, a senior-dominated team as well, and they have a star, a 3-time All-American in Christian Laettner.
And Vern, I like to talk about these guys as being the big men of the 90s. They combined a physical presence inside with a soft touch and three-point range outside. Now, I think these guys transcend the traditional big man, and they're just basketball players, nothing more, nothing less.
Let's check the starting lineups for both Kentucky and Duke now. First of all, for the Wildcats of Kentucky, they start Mashburn, Pelfrey, Martinez, Sean Woods, and Richie Farmer. And for the Blue Devils of Duke, Antonio Lang, who had 16 Thursday night, Brian Davis, Christian Laettner, Thomas Hill, and Bobby Hurley, who may be the key to this ball game in his ability to break the press. The officiating crew, Tim Higgins from Ramsey, New Jersey, Charles Range from Fremont, California, and Tom Clark from Sharonville, Ohio. Kentucky comes in as the #2 seed. Of course, they won the SEC tournament by blasting Alabama in the final. In the NCAAs, they ousted Old Dominion and Iowa State and held off UMass here on Thursday night. And for Mike Krzyzewski's Blue Devils of Duke, the #1 seed, they ousted Campbell, then Iowa, and defeated Seton Hall 81-69 here on Thursday night. Leitner and Martinez will jump it up. Thomas Hill for Duke.
Right now, Kentucky is opened up in a 2-3 zone. You see the two guys up around the top of the key. Three guys along the back line, primarily to slow Duke's offensive game down, force them to beat them from outside.
Sean Woods with a steal. Right side, Mashburn. Too hard, but he comes down with a rebound. Pelfrey for three. And here's the Kentucky pressure. Now they drop back. Let's see if they set up in the zone again. Surprised?
No, I'm not. They showed pressure, recognizing that Duke would be ready for it, but I expect Kentucky to change defenses. Again, trying to keep Duke off balance.
Reach-in foul on Mashburn, his first, team first.
See, one of the things coaches in the tournament like to do is to continually change, because they know most of these coaches are great preparation guys. And if you can throw enough at them where they can't prepare for everything, you hope to keep the good teams off balance and maybe generate some rhythm of your own.
Hurley keeps it outside, takes the jumper, top of the key. Antonio Lang off the glass. It's 3-2 Kentucky.
The other thing Kentucky wants to do, they want Bobby Hurley to shoot the ball. He's much more dangerous penetrating, dishing to his teammates.
Hurley has improved as a shooter in this his junior year. Sean Woods for two. The three-year starter at point guard for Kentucky. Pelfrey steals it, but he was on the line. But an example of the aggression of this Kentucky defense, the senior John Pelfrey.
Kentucky certainly, again, wants to play a full-court game. They don't want to get stuck in playing half-court and having to match up man-to-man, because in that case, they're going to be in big trouble. But they want to control that full-court game. They want to run when they want to run, not allow Duke to beat them in transition.
Brian Davis to Hurley. Underneath Leitner, he was being fronted by Mashburn, and he gets the basket. Christian Leitner now 8 points away from surpassing Elvin Hayes as the all-time leading scorer in NCAA tournament history. And as Christian said, that's because he's played a lot of games.
Yeah, but he didn't say he's played a lot of games, a lot of quality games as well. Pretty modest, humble guy.
Martinez can't get it to go. Hurley with a rebound. Duke quickly down the court. Thomas Hill hit as he lets it go. Pelfrey with the foul, and Hill will shoot the free throw.
See, what Duke is trying to do is push the ball up court as quickly as possible, not allowing the zone to get set. And the way they move the ball, they're going to find some openings, particularly inside. They've got a big guy who catches very well and does a lot of good things in a crowd.
Indiana is in. They will go to Minneapolis. Bob Knight and one of his proteges, Mike Krzyzewski, trying to join him. Here's that list for Christian Leitner. Elvin Hayes, those 358 points for the University of Houston in 13 games. Christian Leitner playing in his 21st. Duke up by 1, 6-5.
Defensively, Duke is really not going to do anything different. They make it tough on you passing the ball around the perimeter. They like to deny the wings.
Pelfrey, that's 2 3-pointers. Now, the other night in the win against UMass, Kentucky hit only 3 of 15 from three-point range, and they are known, of course, as a three-point shooting ball club.
Well, against UMass, they never really established a rhythm to shoot the threes. They were content getting the ball into Jamal Mashburn, who did a great job.
Jamel Martinez goes for the steal, gets it, and then draws the foul.
We talked about Duke breaking the pressure and then attacking. But as we see them get the ball in bounds, you know, Kentucky does a nice job of slowing the attack. Hurley doesn't get the ball. Now it forces Duke to use passing to beat the pressure rather than dribbling.
Back on the court, Pelfrey with a good fake. Mashburn for three. They have now equaled the number of three-point baskets they scored in that game against UMass.
See, in contrast to the UMass game, as I mentioned, this game they've established a three-point shooting rhythm. Dribble, penetration, and dish.
Leitner flashes across, and Pelfrey gets the foul. That's his second. And we'll see if Rick Pitino sits him down. Yes, he will. So Darren Feldhaus, one of the four seniors who stuck with this program, comes into the lineup, an outstanding sixth man for Kentucky, averaging over 11 points per game. And John Pelfrey, who is the emotional leader of the Kentucky team.
I guess so.
Yes, I guess. Well, he's the vocal leader as well.
Well, what Kentucky loses with Pelfrey on the bench is obviously that emotion on the floor, but Pelfrey's a great ball handler, great passer for a guy his size. He recognizes situations on the floor.
Terrific pass. And the basket by Leitner, 11-8. Feldhaus calling for the ball. Martinez playing out, trying to draw Leitner away from the basket. Now Woods and Hurley. Sean Woods goes by Hurley, sees Leitner, pulls up and hits it short. And here is Duke in transition. Leitner. Here's Kentucky quickly at the other end.
Well, that transition basket was Kentucky's biggest concern. You know, they're not a strong rebounding team. They're going to have to be able to keep the ball alive on the offensive glass, or at least cover back against that break.
Martinez, long rebound. Leitner or Martinez. It's going to be Kentucky's ball. Time has been called.
There is a timeout on the floor.
For back pain
or sore knees,
you need more than support.
You need support and pain relief.
Only from Icy Hot Pro Therapy. Unique neoprene support braces with special icy inserts to dull pain or hot inserts to relax it. Icy Hot Pro Therapy.
Count on it.
Hey, supermodels aren't the only ones who get free stuff. Now it's your turn. If you are one of the millions of Americans that's battling acne, even tough adult acne, stop suffering and get one-step spray-on relief with Epiclear. Order now and get it free. Epiclear uses the power of liposomal technology to penetrate the surface of your skin and deliver healing ingredients designed to clear up your skin and prevent new acne from forming. Epiclear is clinically proven to work with one simple step. And because it's free, you get to apply before you buy. Tell a friend about us. We're all about sharing. Use Epiclear as directed and minimize your makeup to let your skin's natural, healthy glow shine through. It's odorless, colorless, and easy to hide in a purse, backpack, glove compartment, or even a pocket. Just spray and walk away. You've got better things to do. The scientific solution to problem skin is finally here. Epiclear is great for all ages and most skin irritations.
The other products that I use make me break out even worse than I was before. And when I use Epiclear, it really cleared up my skin. Like, this is probably the clearest that my skin's ever been.
I was pretty surprised that Epiclear worked so fast because I really hadn't had any good experiences with acne treatment. So I was very happy with how well it worked.
Within 3 days, the swelling was gone out of existing blemishes, the hyperpigmentation that happens when they're healing, gone in 3 days.
And because we know it's going to work for you, we're going to let you try before you buy. So if your skin has got you seeing red, fight back with Epiclear. Because clear is good, and free makes it even better. Call now.
Call and find out how you can receive your free bottle today. Or order online at www.tryepiclear.com.
If you want to know where you're going, you've got to know where you've been. On Classic Now, we tie the past to the present. Every weeknight, Josh Elliott brings you the sports news like you've never seen it before. Classic Now, where the past is always present. 7 and 11 p.m. weeknights on ESPN Classic.
We talked about the seams against the zone as we see Kentucky up by 1. Here's Christian Laettner. Watch him hold his position until there's an opening, and Bobby Hurley sees it. You see Mashburn step out. There's the seam. Excellent play by both players. Excellent example of patience.
11-10 Kentucky. Richie Farmer, jump shot, got it. Lead is back to 3, 13-10. Bobby Hurley having trouble with it. Taken away by Sean Woods. See if he goes all the way over Grant Hill. He does. Grant Hill in off the bench. The sixth man now. Late in the season, a foul called on Sean Woods.
Well, right away, we see Bobby Hurley as a focal point of this Kentucky defense, particularly in the pressure. You know, he's going to see 2 and 3 guys all game because they realize how dangerous he is. If you don't pressure him, he's able to pick out people very easily.
4 turnovers to 1. A Kentucky team that averages 10 steals per game. And they have been a menacing defense here early on. There's the triple team on Laettner. No problem.
It's a triple team, but Laettner smartly turns baseline where there is no help, no defender, and he has an open shot. For him, it's open.
Martinez. Good screen by Martinez. The pass into Feldhaus, and they quickly come back and reset. Woods. Rick Pitino said yesterday one of the keys to the season for Kentucky is Sean Woods, the 3-year starter, who realized after some difficulty early in the year that he was not primarily a scorer and has become a floor leader and point guard. Thomas Hill short. Hit back. 2 on 2. And Farmer gets it back and finds Feldhaus. Mashburn. Martinez. 4 3-point baskets for Kentucky. And an 8-point lead.
Kentucky's able to control the tempo. Defensively, they play that zone. It slows the Duke offense down. But offensively, they create fast break situations for themselves with the pressure. They want to run when they want to run.
Only once this year has Duke been behind in double digits. That was on the road at Clemson, and they came back and won it. Davis, 3. Grant Hill rebound. Got it.
Hey, I'll tell you something. There's not a whole lot you can do with a guy with the athletic skill of a Grant Hill except put your body on him and make him jump over you. That time Kentucky didn't do any of that.
Laettner gets his hands up and is fouled. Richie Farmer draws the foul.
We talked about Kentucky's problem rebounding here. One of the reasons is in the zone, there are too many openings, as I mentioned, too many seams to which an offensive player can run and almost uncontestedly get possession of the ball.
Travis Ford, who spent a year at the University of Missouri because Kentucky didn't want him, and then with a coaching change transferred, sat out, and is now in the lineup, number 5. Laettner. 3-pointer, Thomas Hill. And an 8-point lead has been cut down to 3 and a chance to narrow it even more. Here's the transition game of Duke again. Blocking foul. Martinez.
Duke is just so quick in transition, no wasted motion at all, and they're constantly looking forward. You see Grant Hill with the finish. Kentucky, if they cannot get on the offensive board, keep the ball alive and slow that break down, they're going to have to shoot 100%.
Free throw is good, and we're tied. Ford and Mashburn, Martinez, Feldhaus, and Dale Brown has also come in. He's got the ball now, number 31. Air ball. Duke with a chance to reclaim the lead. Hits Laettner in the back of the head. Brown's got it. Goes by Hurley. Brian Davis has it. Travis Ford has it 3-on-1. Thomas Hill defending. Dale Brown, the putback is good. Mashburn.
I tell you, Travis Ford, that was some steal on Bobby Hurley. It wasn't from behind, it was face up. Still, the defensive pressure is giving Duke some problems when they have to face it.
6 Duke turnovers now in the game, 22-20. Zone defense again by Kentucky. Brown and Ford out. Hurley with the shot. Got it. 3 points.
And I think Rick Pitino can live with Bobby Hurley shooting the ball. They've got to do a better job, though, on watching Leitner and some of the other guys who Hurley finds.
Duke trailed by 8 a couple of minutes ago. Now they lead by 1.
You know, what Kentucky has done, though, by trying to make this a transition game for them offensively, they've taken Jamal Mashburn out of the game.
Brown. That's going to be Kentucky's ball. 11:29 to go, first half.
At GMAC Real Estate, we don't sell dream houses. We sell houses to people with dreams. So before asking high-rise or Victorian, we ask about your goals, your needs, and then commit to serving your needs in writing. People like this so much, they've given our premier service agents an overwhelming 94% satisfaction rating. So who are you? We want to know. GMAC Real Estate. Service you deserve, people you trust.
Yeah, I have a little attitude, but I've earned it. I've put in the hours. I practice every day. I've learned from the best, and I have no doubt that I can play at the highest level. Right now, I'm guessing I'll end up in either Chicago or New Orleans. Most good jazz musicians do.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
It's one of the most significant biblical finds in the last century. A lost gospel that could challenge what is believed about the story of Judas and his betrayal of Jesus. The Gospel of Judas, a global television event. Sunday, April 9th at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific. Only on the National Geographic Channel. Dare to explore. Available on Channel 186.
The only 24-hour network devoted to racing and the automotive lifestyle is at Channel 150. Speed. And race fans, now you can be in the middle of the action. Join Speed Fantasy Cup Auto Racing on Dish Network. You pick your drivers, you race your friends, you head to Victory Lane and win awesome prizes. Turn to Channel 100 and for $4.99 per segment, you're in the race. Speed Fantasy Cup Auto Racing, only at Channel 100 on Dish Network. Get signed up before the green flag drops.
Watching one of the greatest games in NCAA history. It's the 1992 East Regional Final between Kentucky and Duke on ESPN Classic.
Back in the Spectrum where Duke has just taken the lead. 2 nights ago here there was a technical knockout when UMass coach John Calipari was called for being out of the coach's box. Well, the coaches tonight were concerned where exactly is that coach's box, so they put extra tape down to ensure that the coaches know where the boundary is. Now, Mike Krzyzewski says it's all right with him. He doesn't wander much, but Rick Pitino has promised not to do his boogaloo down the sideline past that line. Vern, we expect you and Lenny to stay in the announcer's box.
As long as you're keeping guard, Les, we will. Shot clock is about off. It did expire. Tim Higgins is checking now. Wait a minute. The shot clock shows 0. Horn never went. And the conversation continues.
See the shot clock at the top starting at 5. And no one was aware of what went on.
Well, the key is how much time was when the ball went out of bounds before the timeout was called, and that was a television timeout. And Patino's not, Krzyzewski's happy, but Patino's not. Well, the shot clock has expired. And Duke inbounds. Hill gets his own basket, rebound.
Well, Jamal Mashburn is guarding Grant Hill. He was taken off on the fast break rather than blocking Hill off.
Here's Hurley. Oh, boy. Grant Hill from Bobby Hurley.
Kentucky with the open floor turnovers, giving Duke the opportunity to run.
And that ends a 15-2 Duke run. Antonio Lang is down. Injury time.
Ankle time. It will be flag. Don't sit up.
Medical staff is out on the floor. Just to clarify that, prior to the television timeout, the ball had gone out of bounds, so there's no reset of the clock, and it was just a matter of how much time remaining. Here's the injury to Lang.
Looked as though he came down again on that ankle. We'll have another chance to take a look at it. He comes from the right of your screen, and it's his right ankle, and you can tell that he twisted it.
Antonio Lang has been one of the real standouts in the latter part of the season for the Duke Blue Devils. Here's Hurley to Hill.
And this is why Kentucky would rather see Bobby Hurley shoot it than distribute it, because he's so much more dangerous as a playmaker than he is as a scorer.
I heard Digger Phelps say before the game began he thought Hurley might get double-digit assists tonight. He's got 5, but he's also got 4 turnovers in the game. The other night, he had 7 assists and 6 turnovers in the win over Seton Hall. Here's Grant Hill. Cherokee Parks is also in the ball game. And that'll be Kentucky's ball. Let's reset those who are on the court. We'll do that in just a second. Indiana advanced. Big win over UCLA, and they will take on the winner of this game in the semifinals in Minneapolis last week.
Just to
next week.
Further amplify on the point about Bobby Hurley and double-figure assists. If he does that, then Duke's going to win this game in a runaway. Kentucky's got to do a better job of sealing off the outlets and forcing Bobby to shoot the ball. That was their plan.
Richie Farmer with that last 3-pointer. Here's Hill. Cherokee Parks. Kentucky partisans asking for a traveling call. They don't get one. 29-27.
I think they wanted something. Rick Pitino was asking. It had to be some kind of call because of the contact.
Word from Leslie Visser that Antonio Lang a slightly twisted ankle, but he should be able to get back. Pelfrey back in with his 2 fouls. Entry pass denied by Cherokee Parks. Here's Hurley. Davis. Sean Woods with the foul.
Well, on that last play that resulted in a turnover by Kentucky, they're trying to establish Jamal Mashburn. He's got 5 points, including a 3-pointer. But I think Kentucky's going to have to do a better job. They've established their 3-point shooting ability. They're going to have to start looking for more of those to open it up, to get it to this guy, because he's the guy that's brought them to this point. And if you don't establish him, you're not going to be able to play the type of game that's allowed you to get here into the East Regional Final.
Mike Krzyzewski said of Jamal Mashburn, I think he's one of the top 10 players in the country right now as a sophomore.
And you can tell by that last defensive play, 3 people on him, that he certainly has Duke's attention.
Ryan Davis for another. Now Thomas Hill will check back in for the senior Brian Davis. Leitner and Parks, Davis and Grant Hill. Hurley and Thomas Hill for Duke. Travis Ford, Pelfrey, Martinez, Farmer, and Mashburn for Kentucky.
I think it's even more important right now to establish Mashburn because he's got Laettner on him.
Thomas Hill or Laettner, who got it? Hill.
See, Duke is going big right now. They've got Cherokee Parks and Christian Laettner out on the floor, and that allows Laettner to have to guard Mashburn, and Mashburn, with his outside ability, his agility, is going to have to find a way to get isolated and put a lot of pressure on Laettner.
That is only the second team foul on Duke. Pelfrey. Laettner with a rebound off Farmer's missed three-pointer. .840 remaining first half. Largest lead of the game, 8. That by Kentucky. Right now, Duke is up by 4. Early shot no good. Parks with a tip no good. From the corner, Mashburn with the jumper. Pelfrey steals the Laettner pass. Mashburn.
That had to be something there.
And no call. But Mashburn does get 2.
You know, when there's contact on the shot, either the offensive player has gone beyond the vertical line that's his, or that's a foul.
Thomas Hill from Grant Hill. That's for 2.
Duke is doing a great job of moving the ball. You know, Kentucky has had to go from side to side to side, and Duke constantly looking for that seam.
Cherokee Parks gets called for the foul. That's his first. Third team foul. Time called, 7:30 to go first half.
Would you like to lower your mortgage payments up to 35%?
I can reduce my monthly payments? Tell me how.
Introducing Smart Choice, the home loan exclusively from Quicken Loans. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing, Smart Choice is the answer. Here's an example. A traditional 30-year loan for $200,000 at 7% interest would be $1,330 a month. But with Smart Choice, that same loan would be an amazingly low $850 a month. That's a difference of over $5,700 a year.
That's good news. So what are we waiting for?
Call toll-free now and see how you can lower your monthly mortgage payments. The Smart Choice loan will lower your monthly payments up to 35%. It's great for refinancing or for purchasing that new home. Gives you monthly payment flexibility, so you can decide to pay just interest or make payments to principal whenever you want. Plus, with Smart Choice, you'll have extra money each month to remodel your home, pay off credit cards, or whatever you need. It's your choice with Smart Choice. Call this number right now while rates are still low and see how you can lower your monthly payments up to 35% and have more money on hand every month.
Reducing my monthly payments would be great.
It's easy to see how Smart Choice can lower your payments by thousands of dollars a year, no matter what your loan amount. Take a look. The difference can be over $3,700, $5,700, even over $12,400 a year. Smart Choice, the home loan exclusively from Quicken Loans, can work for you, even if you just refinanced.
We got all our home loans from Quicken Loans. We'd never go anywhere else.
So if you're refinancing or if you're buying a new home, call this toll-free number now or go to QuickenLoans.com and lower your mortgage payments up to 35%. But don't wait. Take advantage today before rates go up.
Named after a pair of Marlon Brando characters, Fletcher Christian from Mutiny on the Bounty and Christian Dietzel from The Young Lions, Christian Laettner proved to be a leading man type himself. Entering this matchup against Kentucky, Laettner had led Duke to 3 straight Final Fours, as well as the 1991 national title. ESPN's cameras caught up with Laettner to discuss Coach K, the Duke program, and his own leadership qualities in this Vintage Sports Center interview from 1992.
There are ways that I think I am like Coach K, but it's mainly because I realize he's an excellent person, excellent coach, and I want to be like that.
Gets it into Bryant, back to Laettner, he dribbles, takes the shot at the buzzer, scores! Duke's going to Denver! Duke's going to Denver!
Coach K he has a sixth sense of knowing exactly when to yell at you or knowing who to yell at and knowing who to pat on the back and who not to yell. Like, there's certain kids on our team who don't respond well to yelling. There's certain kids on our team who respond great to being patted on the back. I think I'm the type of kid who responds better to being yelled at.
Montross has 10. That's his per-game average. Leitner for 3. What a big shot.
It's said that Duke's, you know, the greatest tournament team ever or the greatest Final Four team ever because we've been there so many times. So when that happens, they have to individualize it and they have to give me that compliment. It makes me feel very good.
Prior to Leitner's 18-point performance in Duke's 1991 title and win over Kansas, the Blue Devils had been to the Final Four 8 times, losing 4 times in the semifinals and 4 times in the championship game. Later, we'll take an in-depth look at Kentucky's Jamal Mashburn. But now, let's return to Kentucky against Duke in the 1992 East Regional Final right here on ESPN Classic.
Duke and Kentucky at the Spectrum in Philadelphia right now. Let's check in with Leslie Visser.
Vern, the folks from Kentucky are glad to be within 5 points. They'd like to do a better job both getting back in transition and also on the offensive boards where they got killed. They'd also like to see Feldhaus set some screens for Pelfrey. Maybe he wants to be nominated for best screenplay. Vern?
Ba-dum-bump. Ba-dum-bump. Well, Rick Pitino said if our press does not work, we won't win.
Well, certainly they've had good success. Watch Grant Hill, number 33, come straight down the middle of the floor. Here he is right here. Oh, got him on that one, but he's got the ball. And again, an advantage situation. Duke hasn't had enough of those. They've had some trouble against the pressure.
It'll be Mashburn. Feldhaus will start. Woods, Martinez, and Farmer. Pelfrey stays on the bench with 3 fouls for Kentucky. Here's Richie Farmer trying to find a teammate underneath, and instead it's picked off, and Davis at the other end is fouled and goes down hard. Martinez with him. Duke torrid at the half, 72% in the first half. Kentucky, not bad, 50% for the first half of play. And turnovers, 11 for Kentucky, leading to 15 points, 5 leading to 5.
And that just leads Kentucky to believe that the pressure will bother Duke, and that's why they've stayed with it despite some of the advantage breaks that they've got.
Mashburn and Leitner both in double figures, and Brian Davis at the line. Davis saying yesterday, of course, he's a senior co-captain and a roommate of Christian Leitner. They asked him about his role as a defensive specialist. He said, I think the media has made me into a defensive specialist. I prefer to think of myself as a player who can play defense.
Well, certainly Brian Davis is an excellent defensive player, but he's gotten that label because up until this year, he really never developed an offensive game, and the offensive side of his game has really shown in this last couple of months. He's really been a threat.
6-point edge. Duke up. Farmer, scoop shot, short, foul by Davis. Second foul on Davis. Richie Farmer will go to the line where he's shooting 84%. Richie Farmer along with Pelfrey, Feldhaus, and to a degree Sean Woods, kind of symbolic of the resurgence of this Kentucky program. Grew up listening to Kaywood Ledford on the radio in Kentucky. All of his life wanted to play there. He said yesterday with a bit of a southern accent, I've been a big blue fan from birth.
With emphasis. But again, a question of loyalty. And you like to see that in college basketball, and the game has been maligned for a lot of the actions by players and alumni. You know, these guys stuck with their team. There's no question about it, and it's paid dividends.
Thomas Hill back to Hurley. 51-46, 5-point lead. Kentucky in that 2-3 zone. Got a reach-in foul. Cheapy. Not the most flagrant violation you will ever see.
No, it didn't really give an advantage to the defensive player. But they're being called. Calls like that have been consistent.
Farmer picks up the foul. It's Woods instead, and that's his third. Sean Woods got it, not Farmer. So 3 fouls for Sean Woods. It would have been Farmer's second. Hurley. Yes. Hurley's got 9. And the lead is 8. Thomas Hill fouls Farmer. That's 3 fouls on Thomas Hill. He's the first Duke player to go to 3.
You know, Kentucky's plan in making Bobby Hurley shoot the ball might work, provided they get him off of those spots that he loves so much. And from a 3-point shot, the spot that's straight on to the basket, directly in front of the basket, that's one of the easier 3-point shots. It's a lot more difficult when you have to shoot it from an angle. And you got to make Bobby Hurley move off of those spots. He's a good offensive player, but if you leave him some daylight at that spot, he's going to kill you.
Richie Farmer gets the first of 2. Grant Hill into the lineup replacing Thomas Hill. And tomorrow, Cincinnati, Memphis State, the 4 and 6 seeds. That tip at 1:42 Eastern, and then Ohio State, Michigan tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern time. Indiana already in the Final 4. And Duke and Kentucky trying to join them. Winner of this game gets Indiana next Saturday in Minneapolis. Dale Brown back in the lineup for Kentucky now. Here's the pressure.
Once again, a nice job by Kentucky to get back, not allow the advantage break situation, and to set their zone all in one movement.
Martinez guarding Leitner. And they call the foul on Martinez. That's his 4th. He has had foul problems throughout the year. And now they've got to pull Martinez with 4 and put in Pelfrey, who's playing with 3.
Well, it's almost like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yesterday, Rick Pitino was asked about the matchup between Martinez and Christian Laettner and what he thought Martinez would do. And he said one thing he certainly would do would be fouling. And he said that in jest. But it's come to pass.
And not funny today. 54-48. Alley-oop. Grant Hill was out of bounds when he made contact with the ball.
And I'll tell you, that's a miscommunication throughout the year. Hill and Hurley connect on that mentally and physically. Mike Krzyzewski jumped off the bench and put his hands down and said, take it easy, fellas. We don't need that right now.
Nice pass. Feldhouse. Mashburn. Duke ball. Grant Hill. And a squandered opportunity for Kentucky. Mashburn comes down with the loose ball. Dale Brown. Nope. Kentucky in the freezer.
The reason is they're living by the jump shot and they're going down by the jump shot. They have to get Mashburn more involved, particularly inside.
And not that way. He picks up the foul. His 3rd. Fourth team foul.
Kentucky fouls all over 24. Mashburn. That's his 3rd.
Just have a sense Kentucky's got to get some points on the board quickly. This thing could get out of hand. It's only 6 right now, but you feel Duke in control, very much so.
Well, I'll tell you, the thought in the back of Rick Pitino's mind is that the continued pressure would start to wear the Duke players down, and that's where his team thrives in the second half, because of that pressure.
Do you think it will?
The way it stands right now, Duke has been able to do pretty much what they've wanted. They've turned the ball over, but it hasn't fazed them. They still have their confidence.
Leitner.
And that's a smart team, going to Laettner, knowing Mashburn picked up 3 and forcing Mashburn to play the D.
And at the other end, they get Christian Laettner with a foul.
We're taking a look at the last time down for Duke. Prior to this, Mashburn had picked up his third foul, and Duke right away attacks him. And you see he's less than willing to get involved with Laettner.
And at the other end, they get the foul on Lang. That's his third. So he and Thomas Hill both with 3 fouls. And quickly Thomas Hill gets ready to re-enter the game for Antonio Lang. Indiana a big winner earlier today. Division II championship. Virginia Union over Bridgeport. And Virginia's women's team advances. Dale Brown at the free throw line. Laettner gets the rebound over Feldhaus. Intercepted by Mashburn. 6 turnovers for Hurley now. Alley-oop. Mashburn.
That's what you got to do. You got to get your big guy involved right now. Duke is not playing the type of defense that's really paying attention to him inside. Keep him honest.
5-point edge, 56-51, 15:25 to go in the game. Thomas Hill. Brian Davis. Big rebound, basket, and foul. And the foul is the 4th on John Belfry.
I tell you, you saw Rick Pitino motioning, don't watch the ball. As the shot goes up, every Kentucky head turns to watch the flight of the ball. And no one watches Brian Davis.
Martinez comes in with 4. Pelfrey goes to the bench with 4.
See, when you're playing defense and the shot goes up, if you're playing against a great rebounding team, offensive rebounding team, you've got to turn and check your man. The ball's going to come off the board, but if you got your man checked out, you're giving yourself a chance to get to it by keeping yourself between the man you're guarding and the ball. Kentucky never looked at Davis.
And I think that is exactly what Rick Pitino was telling John Pelfrey.
It's the ultimate hoops fantasy. 64 of the best teams ever go head-to-head. Log on to ESPN.com and complete your brackets.
Then 8 p.m. Wednesday, vote live and watch ESPN Classic's all-time greatest college basketball tournament.
Tonight on ESPN Classic. At 7, tying today's sports stories with the past. Classic now. At 9, top 5 reasons you can't blame Georgetown for losing to Villanova. And at 10, our classic comedy block of Arliss and Cheap Seats. It's all tonight on ESPN Classic.
Afraid of getting your auto insurance bill? Well, don't be. Get Eastwood Insurance today for the lowest monthly payment, lowest down payment, and rates as low as $29 a month.
Shoulda, coulda, Eastwoulda.
So do what 20,000 drivers do every month. Call Eastwood.
They wear the school colors for a few fleeting years, leave behind moments we'll always remember, and take with them the spirit to excel in all they do. That's why the NCAA corporate family provides scholarships, sponsors youth programs, and supports all 23 NCAA sports. They know that while the excitement of college sports is shown in moments, the value lasts a lifetime.
Homeowners, need cash? You need to know about the no closing cost home equity line of credit from Countrywide. Unlike many lenders, with Countrywide there's no application fee, no credit reporting fee, no appraisal fee, no underwriting fee, no closing costs. So you could use more of your loan to pay off credit cards and lower your bills. The no closing cost home equity line of credit from Countrywide. No one can do what Countrywide can. Call now and see if you qualify.
Call 1-800-641-1797.
If you or a loved one was diagnosed with mesothelioma, call the number on your screen now. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer linked to asbestos exposure. Exposure to asbestos in mills, shipyards, or in the heating, automotive, and construction industries may have put you at risk.
Please, don't wait. Call now at 1-800-251-3766. That's 1-800-251-3766.
The crazies from Cameron have come to the Spectrum. And they're hoping to go to the Met in Minneapolis, St. Paul next week. Duke up by 12, 67-55. Sean Woods and Feldhaus with Mashburn, Timberlake, and Dale Brown for Kentucky. There's Mashburn. Hurley doing the job defensively, but they find Dale Brown underneath. Woods did.
They just couldn't sustain the defense long enough. Duke did. They were about to get a 5-second call.
Feldhaus with the steal. Mashburn for three. Yes! Huge basket. Duke timeout.
I'm thinking of a number between 450 and 850. Do you know what it is? It's my credit score, and it happens to be 720. The higher my credit score, the better chance I have of saving a lot of money.
Do you know your credit score? Do you know what's in your credit report? You can find out right now at freecreditreport.com. You can even print it out if you want to.
How much easier could it get? Log on to freecreditreport.com. That's freecreditreport.com.
Free Credit Report offer applies with enrollment in Triple Advantage.
They say 40 is the new 30 and 30 is the new 20. But is your hair loss making you look older than you feel? Then you need Follicare, a leading product that's better and easier than before.
The growth has been incredible. I've regrown my hair at least 2-3 times over in such a short period of time.
I started using Follicare, and within less than 6 months, I've seen a tremendous amount of difference.
Follicare is better because it targets all the major reasons for hair loss. Its unique 4-in-1 action blocks follicle-damaging DHT, destroys harmful free radicals, promotes healthy blood flow in the scalp, and provides nutrients you need to grow healthy hair. The result? A head of hair that is thicker and fuller and gets you noticed.
Unless you actually put this on your head, there's no way in the world that you're going to understand how good it is.
I was skeptical when I first started using Follicare, but the proof is in the pictures, and I'm amazed with those results.
If you're young and starting to thin, Follicare is for you. If you want a thicker head of hair, Follicare is for you. If you've been losing hair for a long time, Follicare is definitely for you.
You know, I would have never thought at 43 years old that I could have a head of hair better than my 23-year-old son.
It's so easy to use, I would forget I'm using Follicare if it wasn't for all the new hair.
Follicare's patented formula has up to 7 times more hair rejuvenating ingredients than other advertised products, yet costs a lot less. And Follicare has an astounding 94.5% satisfaction rate.
I have tried other products and had no success. I can honestly say that Follicare is head and shoulders above the rest. I feel like I'm 18 again with all this hair in my head.
I recommend Follicare to all my patients because it works.
Don't let simple hair loss make you look older. Follicare takes years off your appearance, all for as little as $1 a day. Before you even consider expensive and invasive transplant surgery or single approach products, you need to try Follicare. For you skeptics, Follicare comes with a full 1-year satisfaction guarantee. You have absolutely nothing to lose. Order Follicare today and start experiencing the life-changing benefits. Like thousands of others, you'll be glad you did.
Call 1-800-475-3224. That's 1-800-475-3224. Call now.
As Kentucky cuts Duke's lead to 7, watch Brian Davis in the circle try to receive, turn, and go in an effort to really attack the Kentucky pressure. But he doesn't meet the ball.
And they've got another turnover for 3. It's a 4-point game. And 8-0 run by Kentucky. 2 threes by Jamal Mashburn.
Say that timeout was supposed to remind the Duke players to play fundamentally sound.
Bobby Hurley spots up for a 3. That's his 4th 3 of the ball game. Mashburn, the double team. He beats it.
That's why you want to get this guy involved.
Mashburn with 21, including the last 8 Kentucky points. Duke is almost matching him field goal for field goal from three-point country, though.
And Bobby Hurley's been the one. If Rick Pitino's plan is to make Hurley shoot, he's got to make him shoot off balance, make him move off those spots.
9:15 to go. What's Kentucky doing defensively? They've got Sean Woods, man on Hurley.
Well, they're denying Hurley the ball, making somebody else handle it.
Foul on Timberlake.
And they fouled him with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. That defense is working because Duke is a little bit out of sync without Hurley handling the ball.
Duke hitting 66% for the game. They do have 15 turnovers, but they're out rebounding Kentucky by 12. Leitner with 15 points. Mashburn leads all scorers with 21. And just to get you abreast of where we are in the ball game as the free throw is about to take place from Grant Hill. Kentucky jumped out 20-12, and then Duke went on a 15-2 run midway through the first half. They were up by 5 at the half, up by as many as 12 just a couple of minutes ago, and Grant Hill misses the free throw. Then Mashburn hit a couple of threes, and now Kentucky has a chance to cut into that lead even more. Woods. Duke in transition. Hurley with the dish, basket, yes, and the foul.
Hey, this is how Duke takes your heart. You know, on the turnover, the lightning quick, fast break, and then the emphasis. You know, you build momentum, and right away they take it away from you with a play like that.
Transition defense, one of the keys in the ball game for Kentucky. Bobby Hurley now has 10 assists. Thomas Hill completes the three-point play, and the lead is back to 8. Another one. Dale Brown. Leitner calls for it. There's a double on Leitner. And Leitner kicked him. And they got him. There's a technical on Christian Leitner. Stepped right in his chest.
That was a pretty darn nasty situation. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not.
Yeah, he did. Pretty obvious.
That is his 6th personal foul, team's 9th. There is a technical foul called on Duke's number 32, Christian Leitner.
Leitner with a technical. First, he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Is a contact technical. That is the team's 6th.
Foul was called on Timberlake, so Leitner will shoot 2. These are the personal fouls. And he gets 2 for 2. Now will come Kentucky with the technical. Let's go back and look at it again. Watch Timberlake and Leitner.
All right, you see the play right there. Yeah, that was
pretty obvious.
That was obvious. I wasn't sure. I saw him back up and didn't see him step, but from that replay, that was intentional.
Richie Farmer misses the free throw. Gets 1 of 2. Now Feldhaus will inbound for Kentucky.
But you got to kind of wonder what was going through the guy's mind. He had just gotten fouled. Opportunity to go to the line. His team is up.
Well, it certainly didn't enhance the image for Christian Laettner to pull a play like that, a stunt like that. Steal. Thomas Hill. Hurley. Got it. They will break your heart. My, are they a resilient team.
See, the problem Rick Pitino has is that he can't put John Pelfrey back in the ball game.
Richie Farmer gets called on this one, and that sends Pitino into a slight orbit.
The point I was going to make is Pelfrey has to get back in the ball game to give Kentucky another ball handle, and he's just entered right now. You know, Rick Pitino has got some people out there who aren't accustomed to handling the ball against this type of pressure. He's been put in a tough situation by the foul situation. And that's what he's so ticked off about. He doesn't believe some of the calls he's been seeing.
Second foul on Farmer, 10th team foul, so Duke for the duration now shoots 2. And there's 7:40 remaining. That this team doesn't shoot free throws. Coming into this ball game, 945 team free-throw attempts. That's more than 400 more than the opposition. They do get to the line, and the lead is back to 10.
Combination of not only constantly attacking and being the aggressor, but also being number 1.
Yes. Dale Brown. Oh, yes! My gracious, what a nice play.
And you know what that does? Not only does that put points on the board, but emotionally it keeps Kentucky up. Just when you think that they're going to give up, they're going to lay on the canvas and go out for the count, they come back at you. And plays like this are certainly an emotional lift.
Foul was called on Bobby Hurley. Free throw is good for Brown. Lead is 7. Time is 7:25 remaining. Winner gets Indiana next Saturday in Minneapolis. Thomas Hill. Volley is good from Laettner. He's got 21. Turnaround jumper over Grant Hill. Mashburn. 5-second call. Kentucky ball.
Well, one of the problems Duke is having, or at least had on that inbounds pass, is that Laettner was too close to the backboard. He was under the backboard, so in the event a guy for his team had broken open long, he wouldn't have been able to hit him because he would have thrown it against the backboard.
Grant Hill defending Mashburn. Laettner keeping his eye on it. Pelfrey is fouled by Brian Davis. Third foul on Davis, 7th team foul, so 1-1 now for the Kentucky Wildcats.
John Pelfrey, number 34, will be the first shooter for the Wildcats of Kentucky.
John Pelfrey gets the first. Coming up tomorrow, Memphis State, Cincinnati, our first regional final. That's in the Midwest from Kansas City. And then Michigan, Ohio State from Lexington. Second game of 4 o'clock tip. Winners will join Indiana and one of these two teams in the Final Four in Minneapolis next week.
Say, Grant Hill, you see him bringing the ball up now, giving Bobby Hurley a rest. Hill has had some experience at the point when Hurley was injured late this year during the regular season, and he did a pretty It slows the Duke attack, though.
There's Hurley flashing and dishing. Offensive call. Charging Hurley as Kentucky goes to the man-to-man defense. And they get the turnover.
Well, ultimately, Hurley is going to have to be the finish guy off the pass. That time he drives into trouble. But Duke is slowed down significantly with Hurley not handling it.
Bobby Hurley, 8 turnovers now to go with his 10 assists. 81-76. Nice backdoor cut. Dale Brown. The lead is down to 3. Well, we talked about the resiliency of this #1 Duke team. How about Mashburn of Kentucky? Feldhouse. Foul on Brown.
Rick Pitino applauding not only the defensive play, but also Feldhouse's shot. That wasn't a bad shot. That was one of those risks that you take to try to put the hammer down, tie this thing up, get the crowd jumping and emotional. It didn't go, but I think Rick Pitino would like to see his team take those kinds of risks at this point.
Brian Davis, number 23, will be
Darren Feldhouse saying, my fault. At the line, Brian Davis shoots 2. That's only his second miss today. As a team, Duke is 18 of 23 from the free throw line. Davis for another. Kentucky ball. Woods. Brown with a foul. That's his 4th.
You know, you got to be careful. You get the momentum going. You don't want to give a team like Duke an easy opportunity. You have to make them work. And Kentucky's been doing well playing position defense without reaching too much. If you reach, you're going to get the foul call, and you're going to give Duke an opportunity to get 2, to pretty much steal 2 on the line.
Thomas Hill shoots 2 for Duke. We're tied at 81. Indiana's in the Final Four. They get the winner of this one. And what a game this has been. Antonio Lang will check back in for the Blue Devils, now replacing Thomas Hill. Mike Krzyzewski has called the timeout.
Great hitters are made, not born.
Derek Jeter here for Zip and Hit Pro, the great new hitting trainer that's guaranteed to improve your swing and make you a better hitter.
Introducing Zip and Hit Pro, the revolutionary new way for players of all ages to quickly develop your batting skills and get more hits. Zip and Hit Pro allows you to take batting practice almost anywhere. The batter attaches Zip and Hit Pro's anchor end to a pole, tree, or fence and sets it to the desired height. The pitcher pulls the durable nylon cord tight, then it's just zip and hit.
Great hitters have to be able to hit all kinds of pitches. Zip and Hit Pro delivers fastballs, changeups, curves, and sliders at speeds up to 65 miles an hour. Plus, it teaches the top half hitting technique that gets you hits. The nylon cord acts as a level swing guide to develop great line drive swings that make you a better hitter. You get a perfect pitch every time with Zip and Hit Pro, so you can quickly perfect your swing in every part of the strike zone.
Zip and Hit Pro is cool and really improved my batting average. It's great for softball, too. It got rid of my chops and uppercut swings. Now I hit all over the strike zone.
No more chasing bad pitches, broken windows, or dented cars. Zip and Hit Pro's safe because the ball always stays on the cord.
Zip and Hit Pro is fun and a great way to spend time together.
Zip and Hit Pro is only $29.95 and makes a great practice station. It has a strong clip and Velcro strap for quick anchoring, a durable nylon cord for controlled ball speed and movement, a heavy-duty ball for easy contact, and impact-resistant handles for easy zipping and hitting. Order now and you'll also get a free regulation-size home plate, plus the best-selling baseball training DVD, How to Hit and Run. This amazing $30 value is yours absolutely free when you order right now. Call now and get Zip and Hit Pro for only $29.95. Zip and Hit Pro is 100% guaranteed to make you a better hitter or your money back. Get Zip and Hit Pro plus the free bonuses, a $60 total value for only $29.95 when you call and order now.
Zip and Hit Pro, a great way to become a great hitter.
From the makers of Hit Away.
Growing up, Jamal Mashburn played at the legendary Holcomb Rucker Memorial Playground in Harlem, where Connie Hawkins and Julius Erving, among many others, learned the game. As a high school senior in 1990, Mashburn led Cardinal Hayes High School to its first New York City championship in 46 years. Despite his accomplishments, Mashburn was considered underrated, but he did catch the eye of fellow New Yorker Rick Pitino, who molded Mashburn into an all-round star, as Jimmy Roberts explains in his Vintage Sports Center report from 1992.
It's not like Jamal Mashburn just snuck up on college basketball. Ever since he arrived in Lexington, the cat was out of the bag. And this is one scary cat. Hard to believe that just 3 years ago, despite leading Cardinal Hayes to the New York City championship, Mashburn didn't make the most prestigious of high school all-star teams.
One of the reasons why he's reaching his level right now is because he was not a McDonald's All-American. Most McDonald's All-Americans do not pan out, if you look at history a little bit, because they stop working, because they think they have arrived.
In fact, only 7 of the 25 players from last year's NBA All-Star game were high school Big Macs. Chris Mullin was. Charles Barkley wasn't. Indeed, Mashburn's habits since freshman year have been the ultimate revenge against McDonald's.
Try not to eat too much fast food and just, 3 square meals a day and not too much junk food and sweets. And I think it's changed a lot and it helped me out a lot. I weigh 229 now. I came in weighing 244.
What he's done is lowered his body fat. He had, say, 17% body fat, a little chunky and overweight. And what he's done now is turned it into muscle. Now he's like 8% body fat. He's the strongest member of the team, and he looks like he's chiseled out of stone right now.
What a change. Just 3 years ago, the book on Mashburn was that he was lazy. Were you lazy in high school?
Probably sometimes, and I think I'm just a little unemotional. I'm not the rah-rah type of guy who jumps up and down all the time, and I think at a young age, people take that as being a lazy.
Not anymore.
He is the Monster Mash. It was a backboard smash.
For 3 years, he has been a truly frightening specter in the halls of college basketball. Now the time appears to be quickly approaching when Jamal Mashburn will have a chance to terrorize the NBA.
After starting every game during his 3-year career at Kentucky, Mashburn was the 4th overall pick in the 1993 NBA draft. Coming up later, we'll profile the 7th overall pick in that same draft, Duke's Bobby Hurley. But right now, let's return to Kentucky and Duke in the 1992 East Regional Final right here on ESPN Classic.
18,000 on hand at the Spectrum. Duke up by 2. The winner gets Indiana next Saturday in the Final Four in Minneapolis. Duke led by 12 with 11:14 remaining in the game, 67-55. Three-point range has brought Kentucky back in. They are 10 of 16 from three-point country in the ballgame. Entry pass, Mashburn. Got it.
Good setup right there, spreading the floor, letting Mashburn work the post by himself on a one-on-one with Laettner.
Sean Woods, he's got 4 fouls. So Martinez is on the bench with 5. Woods has 4, Pelfrey has 4, and Dale Brown has 4. And every time there's another foul, 2 more free throws for the Duke Blue Devils. This time it'll be Bobby Hurley at the line.
You know, Kentucky's been quick to the ball in the last couple of minutes, creating turnovers. But lately, they've been getting called for the reaches. And as I said before, you're bailing a team like Duke out. You're not making them work against the press by reaching that first time on the first pass.
Duke by 2. These two teams played in the national championship game in 1978 when Jack Gibbons had 41 points. That was a good one. This regional final is a dandy as well.
Now, Duke's gone to a zone right now, trying to change up just a little bit. And now they've gone right out of it.
Leitner gets the foul. That's 3 on Christian Leitner.
You know, Duke, known to be a tough man-to-man team, throughout this game, they've gone to a couple of tricky little defenses, having the guards play zone out front sometimes, playing zone and coming out of it in mid-defense in the half court. And that's given Kentucky some trouble.
We say none because no one has 4 fouls for Duke on the right side. Feldhaus misses the first. Well, a terrific game here, and we anticipate 2 more tomorrow. Memphis State and Cincinnati, 1:42 tip, and then Michigan, Ohio State, a 4 o'clock tip. Feldhaus gets 1 of 2, and it's a 1-point Duke lead, 4:29 remaining. Christian Leitner on the bench. Thomas Hill, Hurley, Grant Hill, Antonio Lang, and Brian Davis for Duke. Pelfrey, Woods, Brown, Mashburn, and Feldhaus for Kentucky. Woods with the contact, and it'll be Duke ball.
Well, what Duke is attempting to do, they're trying to run a play. They had a mismatch with Dale Brown on Antonio Lang, but they were trying to run something that was going to require some continuity if we see Christian Leitner back in the ballgame. Trying to take some time off the clock, make Kentucky sustain their defense, wear them out just a little bit.
Just a thought to file away in the final 4 minutes now. Mike Krzyzewski and the Blue Devils had used 2 of their timeouts. They have only 1 remaining. Kentucky has 2 left, should that become significant. Thomas Hill, beautiful. Terrific pass, Pelfrey to Feldhaus. Senior to senior, 2 of the kids who stuck it out for the Kentucky Wildcats. Grant Hill. Mashburn. And a chance for Kentucky to go on top. Offensive goaltending.
That goes to show you that there is no time for celebration. Kentucky takes the lead, and Duke is right back at you. Good call by the officials. The ball had hit the board and still had a chance to go in.
89 all. Pelfrey. Brown with the rebound. Woods. Foul on Brian Davis.
Almost a great defensive play by Christian Laettner, extending himself to the fullest to thwart the back door.
That's his fourth personal foul.
You take a look at that, Laettner with the steal. And still Sean Woods quick enough to recover.
Sean Woods, from the University of Kentucky.
4 fouls on Brian Davis. Sean Woods, the 3-year starter, at the line. That ties it. That puts them up by 1. 2, beg your pardon. It broke the tie and set them up by 2. (91-89). Laettner. He'll shoot a couple. First foul on Feldhaus.
That's his first personal foul. Christian Laettner, number 32, will be the free throw shooter for the Blue Devils.
Laettner and Davis both with 4. Martinez is out. Pelfrey, Brown, and Woods with 4. Laettner shoots. He's perfect from the line today.
Now here's where the mind game comes in. Duke really hasn't been pushed throughout this tournament, and now they're one step away from the Final Four, and this is the toughest game they've had. Are they going to wilt, or is it the mental aspect of the game, something they've commanded throughout this season? Is it going to leave them? By contrast, Kentucky, an overachieving team, you know, they're up against it as well. They have to have precise execution down the stretch, and that's mental pressure.
Here comes Hurley scooting through the Kentucky defense. Puts it back out to Hill, and they'll reset. 90 seconds remaining.
See Pelfrey there screaming, let's go, let's go.
Laettner with Mashburn defending. 18 on the shot clock. Thomas Hill. Yes. Pelfrey to Feldhaus. The final 15. Bobby Hurley. Timeout was called, I believe. Time was called with time remaining. Now how much? Kentucky did call timeout. But they've yet to indicate how much time is going to be put back on the clock.
Well, certainly the signal for timeout was made by the Kentucky player. You could see the official acknowledge it. Whether or not he blew his whistle above this din remains to be seen, and there was certainly time left on the clock. My estimation, it looked about 2 seconds.
Now they're conferring with the alternate official, Bob Betketter. And they will put 0.8 of a second back on the clock.
Certainly saw the signal go up with about with a little more than 0.8, whether or not he did that. See, Pelfrey, before that, before they got possession, Pelfrey had already put his hand up. But the acknowledgement came at about 0.8.
And as we play the final 0.8 of a second, the significant sound is that of the horn. The game is over when the horn sounds.
It's the ultimate hoops fantasy. 64 of the best teams ever go head-to-head. Log on to ESPN.com and complete your brackets. Then 8 p.m. Wednesday, vote live and watch ESPN Classics all-time greatest college basketball tournament.
Did the coach blow it? And what about the defense that never rested?
Blame Carolina. They trapped Chris Webber.
The top 5 reasons you can't blame Chris Webber for Michigan losing in the '93 NCAA Final. 9 Eastern next Tuesday on ESPN Classic.
Rugged design.
Right here, right now, right here.
Awesome power. The most exciting truck line of any manufacturer. This is Nissan Now. Get great offers like $2,750 cash back or 1% financing on the full-size Nissan Titan King Cab. This is the Nissan Now event. Event ends March 31st.
Over the last 100 years, millions of NCAA student athletes have gone pro in something other than sports.
A Dell Media Center PC is an exciting way to bring all your favorite pictures, music, and movies together in one place. It's easy to organize and share photos with family and friends, create slideshows, and print beautiful pictures. You can also listen to, organize, and archive your favorite music, or take it on the road with a Dell MP3 player, or bring your movies to life in a crystal clear, award-winning Dell LCD monitor. Dell Media Center PCs give you the entertainment experience you want from your PC. Get an award-winning Dell Dimension E310 with Windows XP Media Center Edition, free shipping and handling online, and a free 17-inch flat panel upgrade for just $499. And ask how Dell On Call can help you get the most out of your PC experience. A Dell Media Center PC. It's more than a PC that does it all. It's a Dell.
93 all. Want to diagram the play for us?
No, but, you know, maybe Bobby Cremins from Georgia Tech, 0.8 of a second is a magic number for them.
Once again, here's Hurley's final shot. The rebound by Mashburn.
See, you see Pelfrey. Mashburn has possession. Pelfrey's signal with about 2 seconds left.
And Tom Clark, one of the officials, immediately signaled timeout. As soon as Pelfrey indicated he wanted the time, Tom Clark said, yes, you got it.
But it was just that acknowledgement which translated into action by the official that took a little bit of time off.
Mashburn will inbound. He's got Brown, Feldhaus, Pelfrey, and Woods on the floor with him. Defensively for Duke, Leitner will guard the inbounds pass. Thomas Hill, Hurley, Grant Hill, and Brian Davis.
I think Kentucky's got to get the ball at least a half court to give themselves a chance, and also to prevent Duke from making a miraculous steal and layup. Very interesting.
Certainly is. Tom Clark indicates that it was touched by Duke and should be Kentucky's ball. He's the official in the center of your screen right now. That's Charles Range.
And if, in fact, it was touched by Duke, Mike Krzyzewski was signaling that there should be no time on the clock.
At the end of regulation time, in Duke University versus the University of Kentucky. Thank you, Craig.
Not that a couple of tenths of a second would allow anybody to do anything. Take a look at the inbounds here. Now, Pelfrey certainly acted as though you really couldn't tell from that angle whether Davis touched it or missed it. But Pelfrey believed that it was touched.
Well, and of course, the clock starts when the ball is touched. It was ruled that it was touched. Thus, the game is over. And we go to overtime.
Would you like to lower your mortgage payments up to 35%?
I could reduce my monthly payments? Tell me how.
Introducing Smart Choice, the home loan exclusively from Quicken Loans. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing, Smart Choice is the answer. Here's an example. A traditional 30-year loan for $200,000 at 7% interest would be $1,330 a month. But with Smart Choice, that same loan would be an amazingly low $850 a month. That's a difference of over $5,700 a year.
That's good news. So what are we waiting for?
Call toll-free now and see how you can lower your monthly mortgage payments. The Smart Choice loan will lower your monthly payments up to 35%. It's great for refinancing or for purchasing that new home. Gives you monthly payment flexibility, so you can decide to pay just interest or make payments to principal whenever you want. Plus, with Smart Choice, you'll have extra money each month to remodel your home, pay off credit cards, or whatever you need. It's your choice with Smart Choice. Call this number right now while rates are still low and see how you can lower your monthly payments up to 35% and have more money on hand every month.
Reducing my monthly payments would be great.
It's easy to see how Smart Choice can lower your payments by thousands of dollars a year, no matter what your loan amount. Take a look. The difference can be over $3,700, $5,700, even over $12,400 a year. Smart Choice, the home loan exclusively from Quicken Loans, can work for you, even if you just refinanced.
We got all our home loans from Quicken Loans. We'd never go anywhere else.
So if you're refinancing or if you're buying a new home, call this toll-free number now or go to QuickenLoans.com and lower your mortgage payments up to 35%. But don't wait. Take advantage today before rates go up.
You're watching one of the greatest games in NCAA history. It's the 1992 East Regional Final between Kentucky and Duke on ESPN Classic.
93-93. 18,000 on hand. Breathless right now. The Spectrum in Philadelphia. This gritty Kentucky team down 67-55 with 11-14 remaining in the ball game, with Martinez on the bench with 5 fouls and 2 others playing with 4. Fought back by using the 3. They tied it up and forced it into overtime. And we begin the 5-minute overtime, 93 all.
I tell you, the greatest obstacle next to Duke that Kentucky has to overcome is their team foul situation. Key players like Pelfrey with 4 fouls.
Set the lineups on the court. Leitner, Hurley, Grant Hill, Thomas Hill, and Brian Davis. Kentucky ball. And it'll be Pelfrey and Feldhaus, Sean Woods, the three seniors, along with Dale Brown and Jamal Mashburn.
And in regulation, I alluded to the mental aspect of this game, particularly for Duke. Mike Krzyzewski likes to make this a game, you know, fun for his team, making it as though they were playing a tournament in each of the rounds.
Mashburn shot into the hands of Thomas Hill.
But when you're so close, no matter what the coach does to try to alleviate the pressure, you know, you've got to feel it, and Duke probably more so than Kentucky feels it. How they handle it remains to be seen.
Grant Hill has to alter the shot. It won't fall. And Dale Brown comes down with the ball for the Wildcats of Kentucky. Pelfrey. Three-point Kentucky lead. Offensive foul.
I talked about the mental pressure on defense. Grant Hill stayed too long against Jamal Mashburn and didn't get out in time on Pelfrey. Here, Brian Davis tries to do it by himself.
That is 5 fouls on the senior co-captain. He calls his teammates together at center court for a final word before he heads to the bench.
2 uncharacteristic mental errors.
Antonio Lang takes his place. Taken away by Hurley, but then controlled again by Kentucky. 10 on the shot clock. Woods, quick hands of Thomas Hill. Leitner back to Hurley.
And again, normally Duke would have attacked that basket and taken it, but they're a little tentative right now.
Hurley. Grant Hill, Hurley again. We're tied.
That's the kind of play that Duke excels in.
Pelfrey, base Hill in, gets another one. He has played with a total lack of fear for the 5th foul. He's had 4 for most of the game.
And you play like that when you feel as though you have nothing to lose. You got no pressure.
2 minutes to go in the first overtime. Leitner guarded by Feldhaus. Leitner's playing with 4. And Leitner will shoot. Jamal Mashburn has picked up his 4th foul.
Kentucky fouls on the 24, Jamal Mashburn. That's his 4th personal foul. Christian Leitner at the line.
97-98. There is Christian Leitner's mother.
She's as cool as her son.
.25 for Leitner, tie ball game. Sean Woods takes Hurley. Comes up short. Leitner rebound.
I think Woods had in the back of his mind to hit Mashburn out in three-point territory, changed his mind in midair, never really got under the shot. You got to make crisp decisions in this type of game.
On a play for Leitner, top of the post. Top of the key, rather. Timeout, Duke. 54.5 seconds remaining. We're tied at 98.
Every now and then, something comes along that makes you wonder how you ever lived without it. Introducing even stronger Elmer's Ultimate Glue. Tough, permanent, waterproof. It's the only glue you need for metal, for stone, for wood, for good. Elmer's Ultimate Glue. Every do-it-yourselfer knows you do better with Elmer's. Learn more at elmers.com.
The echo in the gym. The squeak of the shoes. The buzzer. The brick. The whistle. The crowd. Swish. I left the game, but it'll never leave me.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
Game time.
Skill won't help you.
Listen up, man. We're going in hot.
Speed won't save you. Time is against you.
Contact report!
Don't move. All hell breaks loose. Doom unrated, with scenes not shown in theaters.
Holy.
Now playing on pay-per-view.
NBA League Pass presents The Race to the Playoffs. Will the Spurs and Pistons continue to play towards a finals rematch? Can the Lakers follow their court leader back into prominence? The Heat have all the pieces to dominate the East, but the Cavaliers have a king to lead them to the playoffs. Heroes will rise as the playoffs approach. Don't miss a minute of live NBA action. Order NBA League Pass Race to the Playoffs on Dish Network season ticket for the lowest price of the season, just $49. To order, call 1-877-DISH-PPV.
They won the national championship in March a year ago, defeating Kansas. They have been ranked #1 in the country 18 weeks in a row. They come in as the #1 seed. And the Duke Blue Devils now find themselves tied 98 all, 54.5 seconds to go in overtime against a gritty bunch of Kentucky Wildcats. 4 seniors for Kentucky: Pelfrey, Farmer, Feldhouse, and Woods. And the sophomore Jamal Mashburn.
You know, it's hard to really detect what Duke is going to do because they have so many weapons, but they got to really take a little time off the clock unless you can get Leitner down in the post one-on-one.
12 seconds on the shot clock. Dale Brown goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Duke ball, 5 seconds to shoot.
Kentucky has had a habit of fouling with a few seconds left on the clock, bailing the Duke offensive player out now.
Grant Hill inbounds. Leitner. Oh, my goodness! How did he get the shot off? Leitner for 2. Mashburn. Fouled. He'll shoot 1.
We told you at the beginning of this telecast, Mashburn and Leitner, 2 big men of the 90s.
Rick Pitino in his 3rd year as head coach at Kentucky. Mashburn to break the tie. Pitino wants a timeout. Kentucky by 1. 19.6 seconds left in overtime.
Love me or hate me. It's one or the other. Always has been. Hate my game, my swagger, hate my fadeaway, my hunger. Hate that I'm a veteran, a champion. Hate that. Hate it with all your heart. And hate that I'm loved for the exact same reasons.
For back pain
or sore knees,
you need more than support.
You need support and pain relief.
Only from Icy Hot Pro Therapy. Unique neoprene support braces with special icy inserts to dull pain or hot inserts to relax it. Icy Hot Pro Therapy.
Count on it.
We are family. Get on up with Rentway and sing.
Join the Rentway family. Your satisfaction is my personal guarantee.
It's the ultimate hoops fantasy. 64 of the best teams ever go head-to-head. Log on to ESPN.com and complete your brackets. Then 8 p.m. Wednesday, vote live and watch ESPN Classic's all-time greatest college basketball tournament.
Tonight on ESPN Classic. At 7, tying today's sports stories with the past. Classic now. At 9, top 5 reasons you can't blame Georgetown for losing to Villanova. And at 10, our classic comedy block of Arliss and Cheap Seats. It's all tonight on ESPN Classic.
For more information on our classic games, trivia, upcoming specials, and the ESPN Classic program schedule, go to ESPN.com. Keyword, classic. Bobby Hurley, a 6-foot, 165-pound New Jersey gym rat, was part of 3 Final Four teams at Duke. His first Final Four trip ended unhappily with a 30-point loss to UNLV in the 1990 championship game. A year later, however, the Blue Devils found redemption with a 2-point victory over the Runnin' Rebels in the 91 semifinals. Hurley sat down with Mike Tirico to discuss his college career and the respect that Duke earned with that 1991 win over UNLV in this Vintage Sports Center conversation from 1993.
A lot of people always say, well, Bobby's not going to make it on the next level. Bobby's not going to make it on the next level. Do you always feel that you're constantly trying to prove people wrong?
Yeah, I think, and I use it to my advantage. I mean, it's been happening so long that I use that as another reason to work harder and do more things, because I want to go out there every time and be successful, and maybe at some point people will stop doubting the things that I could do out there.
Your first year was a great year, and not too many freshman point guards get to the championship game with their team. But that championship game, how embarrassing was it at the end of the game to be on the floor losing a championship game?
Well, that's the one thing I'll never forget in my whole career, is how I felt when Coach K left me out on the court and had me chasing the guys from UNLV around, and they were almost toying with us, and how humiliated I felt out there. Because coming out of high school, I thought that it was my birthright to go and win a national championship because I've been so successful. But it just doesn't work that way. And I realized that I need to put more into it to get something out of it, and I think that's why I've been able to be successful. I was definitely as fired up for a game as I've ever been playing against UNLV the second time. But there was a part of me that didn't really know what to expect going into it because they were just a terrific team.
Hurley left Duke as the NCAA regular season career assist leader, and in 1993, he became the 7th player in school history to have his jersey retired. Now let's watch Hurley and Duke tangle with Kentucky in the 1992 East Regional Final on ESPN Classic.
Jamal Mashburn hit a field goal and was fouled with 19.6 seconds left. Hit the free throw. That put Kentucky up by 1. Both teams have 1 timeout left. The possession arrow, Duke. Grant Hill will inbound. Feldhaus guards it. They find Hurley. Now they find Laettner. And he is fouled by Mashburn. 5 fouls on Jamal Mashburn.
That is his fifth personal foul. That is only the personal foul.
28 points, 10 rebounds for the sophomore from New York City. And Duke will put a three-time All-American at the free throw line.
You know, you couldn't want a better competitor on the free throw line than Christian Laettner. You almost have to assume he's going to make both of them. But if Kentucky inbounds the ball and they get it into their front court, they got to make the loss of Mashburn work for them. You know, they've got some three-point shooters out there. They've got a lot of ball handlers out there who can penetrate and dish.
Christian Laettner has made his last 17 free throws in a row, including 8 tonight. Duke by 1. Timeout, Kentucky.
Call or go online today where you'll find great deals on Dell desktops and notebooks, like this awesome Dell Inspiron notebook with a 15.4-inch display for only $529 after mail-in rebate. It's the perfect balance of mobility, price, and productivity. Or get this Dell Dimension desktop with an Intel Pentium 4 processor and a free 15-inch flat panel upgrade for only $399. It's the ultimate value in desktops defined. It's more than an amazing deal. It's a Dell.
What are you setting your sights on? And when you see it, will you be ready? Just pick up the phone, dial 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll get this free DVD. You'll learn about the hundreds of opportunities the Army can offer you. Skills, education, healthcare. Call 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll also get this free Boonie hat. Whatever you're looking for, the Army can help you find it.
All right, you guys are here already?
Yeah, Netflix sent us out. They shipped us for free.
Now, you guys are...
Blood enemies spawned from the underworld, destined for mortal combat into eternity, and a very popular new release, I might add.
There's a movie waiting for you at home. Netflix. All the DVDs you want, starting at only $9.99 a month, no late fees.
This town is not big enough for the two of us.
Hold on there, cowboy.
I show comparison rates from other insurance companies and...
That's great. Esurance has them too. Can you also buy the policy?
Does not compute.
At Esurance, if we can't give you the best deal, we'll show you where you can and help you buy the policy right away. Yeah.
So it's not both.
Looks like the competition couldn't handle Esurance. Need a ride?
Sure.
Quote and compare. Save on auto insurance at esurance.com today.
So it comes down to the 4 seniors who stuck around for Kentucky. Richie Farmer will inbound it, the pride of Clay County. Darren Feldhouse and John Pelfrey are in. Sean Woods and Dale Brown, a JC transfer. 7.8 seconds remaining. Woods. Yes!
Man.
How did he find the courage to take that kind of shot?
You know, it went in, okay? But that was a terrible shot. And by terrible, I mean here he is working against a 6'11" guy. Not your highest of percentage shots. But as I mentioned, it goes in. What can you say?
Watch Jamal Mashburn. And I think back to Rick Pitino at the press conference yesterday talking about Sean Woods. Watch the Duke bench react. He said of Sean Woods, he became a leader on this team this year when he realized he wasn't a scorer.
Well, fortunate for Rick Pitino, a little amnesia for Sean Woods.
2.1 seconds left. No team has repeated as NCAA champions since UCLA did it in 1973. Will the dream die here for Duke?
And you know, John Pelfrey was calling for that ball when Woods had it and started his penetration. Woods had his mind made up. He was going to make it or miss it. The game was put in his hand.
Rick Pitino said of his 4 seniors when asked why they stuck around with the school going on probation, nobody else wanted them. They had no place else to go. Pelfrey, Feldhaus, and Farmer grew up in Kentucky. Sean Woods in Indianapolis.
You know, one of the things I've seen Duke do in the past in situations like this is try for the quick pass to half court and call a quick timeout so they can get in better shooting range.
There's the pass to Laettner. Puts it up. Yes!
We talked about a quick pass to half court, but with people playing behind Christian Laettner.
Grant Hill, whose dad was a football player and scored on a halfback pass 2 days after he was born, finds Christian Laettner with a 50-foot pass, and he puts it in from 15 for the game winner.
Take a look at the Duke reaction. And there's the contrast.
Right now, let's go to Leslie Visser.
Well, there were a couple of miracles apparently left in the Duke program. Christian, first to you, congratulations. What were you trying to do on the last shot?
Well, thank you. We just started a good play. Grant made a great pass, and when I went in, I couldn't believe it that it happened to me twice in a career, and it was just incredible.
Did you feel he wouldn't foul you? You were safe taking the shot?
I thought if I could create some distance, they wouldn't foul me, no, because we've been shooting our free throws real well all day.
Tremendous effort, Mike, throughout the whole. What did
I'll tell you what, just to say something, first of all, about the Kentucky kids. What a tremendous, tremendous effort. And it wasn't a game that anybody lost. Whoever had the ball last won. And we were really lucky, and we beat a very determined and a great basketball team.
One of the most emotional wins for you?
Yeah, it was I don't know if CBS could get any better games than this. It was an unbelievable game where kids made great plays.
Thank you. On to the Final Four for the 5th straight time. Back to you.
Final score again, 104-103 Duke. Let's catch our breath.
Because of Laettner's buzzer beater, this thriller will forever hold a spot in NCAA tournament history. Along with North Carolina's triple overtime survival of Will Chamberlain in Kansas in 1957, UNC's 1982 one-point championship victory over Georgetown, and of course, NC State's last-second upset of Houston in 1983.
Did that happen?
After I caught the ball, I just tried to create some distance and shoot the ball up. And I really didn't see the ball go in the hoop because there was kids flying around me.
I didn't really see the ball go through. I saw it leave his hands and everyone jumped up, but his arc, I've seen him shoot so many times. I knew it was in. I knew it was in.
Can you talk a little bit about this season and what you've done as a team?
I'd like to. You know, we came a long way. I can't talk.
At the 1992 Final Four in Minneapolis, the Blue Devils dispatched a pair of Big Ten teams, besting Indiana 81-78 in the national semifinals, and then Michigan's Fab Five 71-51 in the championship game for their second straight NCAA championship. We certainly hope you enjoyed this presentation of Duke's 104-103 overtime victory over Kentucky.